Okay, the clutch cable here, the threaded portion, that's the 5/16 24 that threads into the primary. I'm swapping out the primaries on this thing with putting the black one on here instead of the chrome one because the chrome one's pretty ate up and it doesn't look right with the rest of the back bike being black and gold. So I'll need to repair the primary. Somebody had, I don't know what they did. It was a primary for this Sportster that came in a box of parts. It came with another bike. And they were nice enough to have already painted it or powder coated it or whatever they did to it. But the threads, like I said, this is 5/16 24. It just drops in there. And you can tell that looks like somebody cross-threaded something in there. So I'm going to repair that here in a minute. Okay, so what we got here, this is our primary. It's in actually better condition than the chrome one. Still need to repaint it because it's not really the right color for the bike. But what we got here is on where the clutch cable goes in. I don't know what they did here. It should this is a 5/16 24 and it should be tight. It just drops right through there. So I don't know what they cross-threaded something in there or what, but we need to fix that. So what I got is got a threaded insert here, which is 5/16 24 by a 1/2 13. So I'm going to start off with see what size I can get in here. Okay, that's a 3/8 right there. So we'll start off with the 3/8, just run some, and then we'll step it up to the next size, and then we'll step it up. Our final drill size for a 1/2 13 tap is 15-30 seconds. Do a little kerosene on here as lubricant. Okay. Now, when you go to put the insert in there, you're going to have to put a little, it comes with a Loctite patch on it, but I like to add a little pipe dope on there to help seal it because it will leak out of there if it's not sealed good. And the reason I use an insert is it's stronger than a helical. Helical oils tend to leak around the outside threads there. And then when you put it in, the O-ring on the cable is going to seal up against the end of the insert here. But I usually put a little black mechanic silicone around the edge of the cable and the O-ring too, just as a matter of course. It should be far enough through there. Drills all the way through. Got enough room to tap it now. All right, got my tap started here a little bit anyway. Just enough to go in there. So I'm just assuming that you guys know how to tap. We get it started. We go in a couple 3 threads, and then back it out a little bit, break the threads, then go in a little bit further, keeping it as straight as possible in here. Again, that's just kerosene. There's better stuff to use, but that's what I got right now. It's sitting here, so that's what I'm using. Tap Magic works good. It stinks though, but works really well. And you can use a helical in here. Like I said though, this is a more permanent repair than a helical. It's not like you're having it in and out a lot, but it just works better with an insert. And they've got different size inserts. This is one they had local there at the Napa. They do actually make one that's a little bit smaller than this. It's a 5/16, but it's a 7/16 OD or thereabouts. A little bit bigger than 7/16, I think, but I don't remember exactly what size it is. But I think with those, you have to get a special tap for them to be able to use them with the tie inserts. Then I'm going to paint this thing over again. I'll rough it up slightly and paint it with what I got that matches on the bike, which is like a flat black, I believe. This one's a little glossier than what I have on there. So it kind of stand out if you put it on the bike. It's black, but it's not going to stand out because it's shinier than everything else. Make sure that's all the way through there and that my insert's going to go in all the way. And then after we get this thing back together, we'll give it a good bath before we paint it. Blow it off there and clean it up real good and make sure we ain't got no debris anywhere in here. And I really need to replace this shoe too. This one's worn pretty good as well. Right there. It's probably about the same as the other one. They're both worn. So I need to get another one of those shoes for the primary chain. Let me see how far we're actually going through here, that we got the right depth for the insert. A little bit more. We want the insert as far in there as we can get it. Make sure it actually seats up against the edge here. Okay, we got it all cleaned off now. So what I'm going to use to put it in with, because we're not using this in the conventional way, this actually has two sides on it. It's got a side with that you can fit a flat blade screwdriver in. But we don't want the clutch cable going up against that side because the O-ring will never seal. So we want the O-ring seat up against this side here, which doesn't have the slot. So we're just going to use a 5/16 bolt with a lock nut on it so we can screw this thing in. And then break the lock nut and pull it back out. Now I'm going to spray this out real good with some cleaner. Make sure we don't have chips and whatever other crap in there. We want it kind of dry for the sealer in there. So since this does have Loctite patch on it, but I'm also going to put some pipe dope on it just because I like it to seal. And the Loctite patch might not seal it like it should. I mean, it might, but then again, it might not. So we're going to put a little schmutz of pipe dope on here, or Permatex thread seal, or whatever you want to call it. Which absolutely does work good. Way better than Teflon tape anyway. I'm not a big fan of Teflon tape. You spend more time trying to get it lined up right. And it doesn't really seal as good as this stuff does. Put them on there now. Just smear some around there. Get it started. And that should be in there good. I'm just going to let it set up. Now, if you want to, you can peen the ends of it over so it doesn't move, but I've actually never had one of these really come out in a situation like this, so we should be good. Let me break my lock nut loose here. That's pretty much it for this. Well, I'm still waiting on my shift fork for first, second gear. We got enough recess in there. Oh yeah, it's It's perfect for the O-ring to go in. Almost like it was meant to be there. Got a little recess for the O-ring to go down in there, like it's perfect. And what we'll do, I always do it on these anyway. When I go to put it in, I'll put a new O-ring on the clutch cable. Then I'll put a little smear of black mechanic silicone, the good kind, on there just to be safe. And screw it in, and that's it. Now, when you put the clutch cable in, don't be doing like some guys do and sit there and reef on it. You know, it's 5/16 24, but it's also hollow. So they're kind of easy to break, or I've seen people break them. They're not really easy to break, but I've seen people break them before. And that's probably how this got stripped out. Somebody was really reefing on it, and before the clutch cable broke, it tore the threads out of it. Is this, you know, this is aluminum, and that's actually a fine thread, 5/16 24. So I don't know why they'd put that in there, but for whatever reason, that's what they use. So just be careful when you're putting those in. And that's it for this. That's your primary repair. Everybody have a good week. A good weekend coming up. I forget it's Thursday today, so good times. Take care.